Okay guys, so today we will learn about the addition and subtraction of compound angles and also the half angle identity or double angles and half angles. We will learn about this in short time because we already did the explanation. So this is only the review. Okay, so for compound angles, compound angle, it is only about addition and subtraction, plus and minus of the compound angle. And then what we have now is sine of a plus b, and then we have sine of a subtract b, cos a plus b, cos a subtract b, right? It can be pq, it can be xy, anything. It can be any value of what do you call it? Variables. And then we have tan a plus b, and also on the last part we have tan a minus b. So again, I want to separate these two. Why? Because it can be combined into a single logic, yeah, or a single expressions. So for sine, we know that sine is the generous sign. So it has to be sine cos plus sine cos. This also. And if we have the negative, we do negative sine cos. And cos is always egoist. Cos is always make their own team. So cos first, and then if it is plus, it is always opposing the sign, minus sine. And how about cos a minus b? Also cos, but it has to be opposing the sign. Again, we oppose the sign, sine. Okay, and then how about tan? Tan is quite interesting because they have the power thing. No, the fraction thing. Okay, so this is tan a plus tan b over 1 subtract, right? If this is plus, on the top side it is plus, on the bottom side is negative. Tan a times tan b. So for tan a subtract b, you can guess plus becomes minus then, right? We always oppose the sign. I mean, always following the sign on top and opposing the sign on the denominator part or the bottom part. Okay, and how about this? Okay, just write AB. This will be BA, right? It cannot be AB again. Sin A cos B, sin B cos A. By the way, on your in your book, you can just switch this, become a cos A sin B. Up to you. Up to you. That's so up to you. Okay, it can be like this also. Wait, wrong. It has to be like this, right? This is first, and it can be like this. Cos A sin B, but in order to solve the idea, to make it easier, you can use this. Why? Because we want to combine the sine A plus B to the double angle and half angle formula later. Okay, now how about this? AB, that's it. This also AB. Yeah, this will be our basic formula of compound angle. I will send this to the Word and I will give you the revision later on. Okay, wait, give me a moment. By the way, you can ask me if you have any question. Now we try to combine this compound angle to its application. How do you apply these rules in our in trigonometric questions? For example, here. So this is the example questions. I put it on the right side because it's already okay. I think we can make it a bit smaller again. Right, there you go. Okay, so how do you make sense of this how if we get the question, what is the kind of questions about this compound angles? For example, calculate sine 15. Can you get sine 15? We don't have any memorization about sine 15, right? So you can switch this into sine 45 minus 30. And what is 45 minus 30? What formula we use? We use the second formula here, right? This formula. So sine A cos B subtract sine B cos A, right? That's how you make sense of sine 15. Next, what else? Half square root 2 or square root 2 over 2. I think better like this. Use a single fraction times square root 2 over 3. Sorry, wrong. Square root 3 over 2. Subtract 30 degree half times square root 2 over 2. And we get the final answer about this. All right. So it is square root 6 over 4. Subtract square root 2 over 4. We have the same denominator in this case. 4. Right? Then that's how you think of the sine 15. So this will be the answer, right? And then next, how to calculate sine, for example, 105. Oh man, this is so complicated, right? So if 105, we have to think of the number, or not sine, use tan. 105. Okay, tan is more challenging. So in order to solve tan 105, what you can do is try to use the compound angle formula, right? How about this? Bisa nggak? Ya bisa, tapi harus cari tan 15 lagi kan, ribet kan. Mendingan yang gampang-gampang aja, find the easiest one. 60 plus 45, because 60 and 45 both is memorized. You already memorized the value of tan 60 and tan 45. Okay, here's the fifth formula. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, fifth formula. Okay, so wait, we can use this and then solve it. Tan 60 plus tan 45 over 1 subtract, right? Tan 60 times tan 45. Again, this is quite challenging. Why it is challenging? Because it's a fraction. When we deal with the fraction, and also we have the fraction inside the fraction, that is more challenging. Okay, so slow but sure. There you go. So how can we do next is put the proper number. What is tan 60? We already have tan 60. We already memorized tan 60 is square root 3 plus tan 45, 1. Right? Over, okay, we don't have any fraction here. Thank God. 1 subtract square root 3 times 1. So the answer will be square root 3 plus 1 over 1 subtract square root 3. And this still not rational. You have to rationalize. How do you rationalize the expression? Okay, we use the logic of sec 3. Square root 3 over 1 plus 1 over 1 subtract square root 3, and you times by 1 plus square root 3 over 1 plus square root 3. It is affected by the bottom part here. This has to be rationalized by multiplying it with its reciprocal. Remember? Reciprocal, what is reciprocal? Kalau minus jadi plus, kalau plus jadi minus. Ini ya. Using this rule. Becomes a square subtract b square. Right? So, ini kan root 3 plus 1 means 1 plus root 3. You can write like this as well. Right? Over 1 square minus square root 3 square. I do it slowly. And 1 plus square root 3 over power 2. Do you need to expand this? In my opinion, I don't think so. You don't have to. Why? Wasting time. And that's not our topic for this trigonometric formula. 1 subtract 3, right? So 1 plus square root 3 square over minus 2. That's the satisfying answer already. You don't have to expand on top, expand the numerator part. Okay, So this is for the example of the application of the compound angle, right? Okay, now this will be the example. So this will be the rules of compound angle. And then we have the example, and also things like, oh, we can do this. Wait, what did I do here? And we use the layout of A4 so you can print in a regular paper. You usually have A4, right? Okay, now let's do the next. After we do the compound angle, let's see, this is compound and double angle formula. How to do double angle formula? Here, and half angle formula. Yeah. Okay, so where is it? Here. So we learned about the double angle formula. I don't want to erase this because this is the basic, this is the idea, or this is the basic of the double angle formula and half angle formula. So let's think of the double angle formula right now. Let me know whenever you have any question. Double angle formula. So what is double angle formula? For example, double means simply like this. Sine 2a or 2b or 2c or 2x or 2 theta or 2 anything, right? But I think we just simply put 2a and then cos 2a. So you can see the comparison on the left side. Tan tangent tan, oh, my handwriting is so bad. Tan 2a, right? So what is sine 2a? Sine 2a is actually sine a plus a, right? So we use this formula. This. How about this? We use this formula. How about this? We use this formula. Okay. So let's try to think of the further double angle. It can be written as cos a plus a. It can be written also as tan a plus a. Right? So what is sine a plus a? You just change the b by a. Right? Here. You have to change this. B by a. Every b is supposed to be changed to a. So it will be like this. Every b is a, right? And here, every b is a also. Make sure minus. Okay, and how about this? Right? Okay, so you understand now where the double angle formula comes from. Double angle formula comes from the compound angle formula, right? They are connected one to another. Now, let's think further. I want to erase this. I want to erase this. Okay, so we already have the relation between double angle formula and compound angle formula. But wait, I haven't merged the layer, I'm sorry, here. But what we have to think of, we need to simplify this double angle formula so you don't have to memorize this too much. So sine 2a, they are the same, right? When they are the same, you can just write 2 sine a cos a. How about this? Cos a times cos a, cos square a minus sine square a. How about this? 2 tan a, right? Tan a plus tan a. 1 subtract tan a square or tan square a. You can put like this. Okay, so I will delete this because it is no more important. Because it has weight. Because it is already simplified to this part, right? So thanks to the mathematician that invent this formula. Okay, and I can erase this also. See? So you can simply memorize the formula. Any questions so far? If no question, let's drop. Now continue how to solve this. What is the use of this? Again, before we use this, I have another formula. So now we relate the double angle formula with the half angle formula. Okay. I don't print screen the relation of the compound angle and double angle, but I will relate the double angle with the half angle. Okay, so if I have the double angle formula like this, so how do I get or how do I make sense of the half angle formula? Okay, if half angle, you can just write this is only for applied for cos, because for sine no need. I think for sine it's simply like this. Sine A equals 2 times sine half A times cos A, right? Cos half A, I mean. And cos 2A or cos A, I just divide the 2A by 2. It can be written like this, right? And tan A also over 1 subtract tan square half A. This is the connection between the double angle and half angle. I will print screen. I will send this to you. So this will be what you're gonna learn. Done, half angle formula. Now let's try to continue to the use of half angle formula. Now, before we learn half angle formula, we have to understand the identity. What is the identity? Identity of the hypotenuse, or the trigonometry featuring Pythagoras. If I have, remember, sine square x plus cos square x, it will equals to 1, right? So we know that if I have cos square A it can be written as 1 minus sine square A, or sine square A can be written as 1 minus cos square A. We set aside the tan and cotangent part later. So after we try to combine this part, now we know that we can write cos A to two parts, or cos square A also. Wait, cos 2A, what we learn about cos 2A now? Cos 2A is cos square A minus sine square A, right? You can change the cos square A becomes 1, subtract sine square A, subtract sine square A. So cos 2A can also be written as 1 subtract 2 sine square A, as well as cos 2A can be written as cos square A subtract sine. What is sine? 1 subtract cos square A. Here, I will give you the highlight so you can easily understand. Right? Cos square A is equals to 1 minus sine square A. And I will give you the other color. Sine square A is equals to 1 minus cos square A. Right? And then you can simplify cos 2A equals cos square A minus cos square A. So 2 cos square A minus 1. And this will be your new rules. So another idea, right? And also it's applied in the half angle formula. Okay, give me a moment. I will print screen this. So we learn again about what means by half angle, double angle, right? This is the wait. I think I did something wrong. I did some mistake here. I have to put this as a double angle formula. So all the nodes are connected. Double angle formula. And now we try to combine the double, or we try to connect the double and single. Double and half, sorry, double single, no single. Okay, I put this to the left. Okay. Now, if I have the half angle formula, again I want to combine. So half angle formula. Okay, make it but more zoom in. So if I change the 2a by a, it can be written like this, right, guys? Or the bottom what? Or the third highlight. Right? This one. Okay. Okay. I want to delete the red arrow later. And this will be like this. See? Okay. Keep in mind, I will put this a bit in the middle so you can look at the explanation easier. Okay, now let's try to change this as sine half a. So because we want to learn the half angle, yeah. I move to sine square half a equals 1 subtract cos a, right? So sine square half a equals 1 minus cos a, right? You put the half a on the left and we have to make it solitaire. Done.
Sir, I think dulu ya, sir.
Okay, so sine half a equals plus minus square root of 1 subtract cos a over 2. This is what you learn here. Okay. If I want to find cos, 1 plus, right? Sine first, yeah. Sine 1 minus, yeah. 1 minus c, 1 minus cos a over 2. And it is equal 1 minus cos a over 2. And also here, 2 cos square a, sorry, 2 cos square half a equals cos a subtract 1 plus 1, or 1 plus cos a, can I? Right, so cos square half a, 1 plus cos a over 2. So sine half, wait, it is sine cos half a, you square root of both sides because you want to annihilate the square here. Plus minus square root of 1 plus cos a over 2, right? That's what you learn about the half angle. How about tangent? Man, we haven't do the tangent, but later. Let me show you how it will be done with tangent. Wait, guys. I think I need to put the highlight here. Okay. Now, what happened with tan? How tan can be done? Tan of half angle. How can it be like this, guys? Let's see. How can it be like this? Okay. How can it be like this? It's so complicated, but I will give you the idea how to do. We will derive this. I want to erase this also. I want to use only this part. Okay. Let's try. Tan A. So how do you make sense of tan A? So you don't have to memorize. Tan half A, I mean. Tan half A can be written as sine half A over cos half A, right? And then what is sine half A? This. You don't have to write plus minus, ribet nantinya, belakangan aja. Square root of cos. And if we have the double square root, kita bisa gabungin aja. We can combine. So it become over 2 over 2. Okay. It is so annoying, right? So you can just switch this on the bottom or the denominator side. It can be written as this. Times, right? If it is times 2 over. So you can write tan half A equals to cross the 2 square root of plus minus minusnya keluarin baru 1 minus cos A minus dulu baru plus ya, hafalnya gitu. Ini 1 minus cos A over 1 plus cos A, so this. And then yang bawah gimana guys? Kok bisa yang keluar bawah? Okay, I think I don't have enough space, so we already have the connection of sine, cos, and tangent, right? The half angle of tangent. So rather than you derive all the formula, you might die. So you might memorize. Okay, copy. You lihat ini semua ada hubungannya. Perhatiin deh, ini ada hubungannya. Nanti kasih catatan, ini ada hubungannya. Ini juga ada hubungannya, ya. Everything is connected dari atas sampai bawah, lu perhatiin deh. Dari compound, terus ke double. Double compound gabungan tadi ya. Terus dari double ke half. Dari half gabung ke double lagi. Terus double-nya ke half lagi, lu lihat, ya. Terus dari half ke sini lagi, ke tangent. Masih half ini ya. So, udah dapat nih. Then what you can do next? Oke, ini kan kita udah bisa dilihat nih. Kita udah nggak penting sih ininya. Karena kita udah hafal. Udah ceritanya udah hafal gitu. So, what next we can do now? Ini bisa dimodify lagi. Ya. I want to throw this. Ini mengganggu. You lihat, ini masih bisa dimodify. How do you modify this? Let's see. Yuk, kita coba ya. I want to split into 2 parts. Let me show you how to do this easily. Kita ulang lagi tulisnya, nggak apa-apa, kita ulang lagi. Tan half A equals plus minus saya cuekin dulu lah ya, males lihatnya. Ini mathematician iseng banget. Dia mau cari ya, bukan iseng-iseng bikin ribet ya, enggak ya. Tapi iseng-iseng bikin gampang gitu. Dia nggak mau pakai square root, gimana ya caranya ya? Oke. Kan ini sama ya. Saya tulis ulang aja sebenarnya gitu. But we do the different order. Oke. Ini dia iseng, dikalinya gini guys. Yang pertama, yang ini dikalinya 1 minus cos A over 1 minus cos A. Nah, yang ini dikalinya 1 plus cos A sama 1 plus cos A. Kelihatannya nggak jelas ya, tapi jadinya lebih enak dilihat nanti ya, perhatiinnya. With the previous basic formula, what is the basic formula that we get? We get the basic formula of this. Yang ini ya. Oke, jadinya apa guys? Nah, mulai deh. Mulai pelan-pelan ya. Tan half A. 1 minus cos kali 1 minus cos kan 1 minus cos A bracket square. Ini 1 plus cos kali 1 minus cos 1 minus cos square A. Right? Karena A square minus B square. Gitu. Nah, yang kanan juga sama. Tan half A. Tapi bedanya apa? Dia atasnya yang 1 square minus cos square A gitu. So 1 minus cos square A. Over ini 1 plus cos digabung gitu. Right? And then what is this? This can be actually written as di bawah aja. Copy lagi ya, nggak suka lihat begini. Terus nanti gue ganti. Ya, tenang aja ya, sabar guys. Nih. Nah ini ya, kan sama nih. Tapi kita mau ganti nih guys. Yang 1 kurang cos square berapa? Sin square kan? Ini kita bisa ganti. Jadi sin square. Right? Pakai apa? Pakai yang Pythagoras rule. Gitu. Ya, jadi 1 minus cos square-nya jadi sin square. Kita udah pernah belajar tadi. Ya, kalau ingat ya, kalau you notice pelan-pelan, makanya harus ngikutin loh. Ini juga sama. 1 minus cos square jadi sin square. Gitu. Tunggu, ini aku bohong dulu deh. Ya. Yang bawah nggak bisa, karena dia square gitu. Nah, ini jadi sin square. Oke. Ini guys, warna merah ya, merah ini. Salah, ini sama ini. Nah, tapi, kok tapi? Then, we can simplify. Something that is square is rooted. So, we can write tan half A, equals 1 minus cos A over sine A. All the square is annihilated because it is square root of square. Done. And here also, sine A over 1 plus cos A. Finish. We prove all the formula. Okay. Why I don't teach you this for our first meeting? Because it's too hard to understand. But now, this is the repeating. So I'm assuming that you already understand about this. But if you don't understand, you may ask me anytime. Okay. So tan half A can be written as 3 expressions. Here, 3 expressions. Sine over 1 plus cos, 1 minus cos over sine. So ini dihafalin. Kalau 2A kan udah tadi ya. Ini harusnya double dulu baru half. Ini tadi kita belajarnya half dulu baru double. Itu agak ribet sebenarnya. Tapi yang kita pelajarin dari double dulu baru half kan. Ini terakhir nih, this is our last subject. My last explanation. Okay. There you go. So let's name it one by one. Find the connection. So this is the example. What is this now? Ini judulnya apa kalau disuruh tahu? Ayo, ada yang tahu nggak ini judulnya apa nih? Kok nggak bisa diantar sih? Gue mau tulis di atas nih. Harusnya aja deh. Ini double angle to half angle. Oke. Ini kalau ini example of compound ya. Ini mau print silakan ya. Ini bener-bener terpakai banget. Ini compound angle. Ini example of compound angle. Kita pakai huruf gede semua ya biar enak lihatnya. Uppercase. Ini double angle to half angle relation of double angle to half angle. Half angle to double angle. Kebalikannya logiknya, gitu kan? Terus yang bawahnya oke. Ini derivative of ya. Yang kuning, tujuannya kita yang kuning nih. Oke, yang kuning nih. Oke. Relation of Sine and cos of half angle 2 tan. Oke, tannya ya, tangent of half angle. Nah, terus another looking or another perspective of half angle. Further expressions. 3 expressions ya, 3 ya, 3. Udah ini komplit banget ya, gue udah bikin ini kayak paling keren deh. Merasa paling keren bikin ginian. Ini yang lain lewat lah. Maksudnya yang lain my explanation yang about yang lain gitu. Yang jawaban-jawaban yang lain. Apa maksudnya catatan-catatan yang lain ini kayaknya udah paling keren punya sih in my opinion. Kayak enak kan lihat. Terus kita bikin lah. Nah, gitu. Ini juga sama. Ini kasih page break dulu. Ini juga sama. Diginiin biar enak lihatnya. Ini biar enak ya. Kasih dong markingsnya by user. Oke, jadi ini ya. Meeting 2 chapter 9. Compound angle trigonometry. Compound itu nggak ada istilahnya di PowerPoint. PowerPoint adanya addition and subtraction. Tapi kita pakainya compound. Sama aja ya. Sama. Ya, compound itu kan gabung. Oke, sampai sini ada yang mau nanya nggak? Hello. Ada yang mau ditanyakan? Any question so far? Kalau nggak ada, kita coba bikin soal yuk. Ini bahasa Indo sih, tapi boleh lah. Ini stop recording dulu, karena topiknya udah beres. Tapi kalau mau di-record, kayaknya sih nggak apa-apa deh. Ini ya. Dah, gila. Gimana nih caranya yang bawah? Kita pokoknya kalau dikasih tahu beginian, lu jangan bingung. Lu lihat gini dulu. Ini kelihatannya susah ya. Iya, susah loh. Susah banget. Iya, awalnya susah kalau lihat. Tapi gini guys. Kalau you perhatiin, kita punya formula. Ini 5-nya gue buang aja deh. Ini kok kayak kerjanya terbalik banget gitu. Ini sebenarnya ada formulanya. Formula of compound angle sebenarnya. Karena kan angle-nya beda-beda. Ya kan? Jadi sin A plus B aja yang lu pakai sama cos B. Sin A plus minus B. Ya kan? Terus cos A plus minus B. Right? Ini jadinya apa? Sin A cos B plus minus sin B cos A kan? Atau cos A sin B boleh juga ya. Kalau cos A plus B jadi cos A cos B minus plus lawanan sin A sin B. Sekarang lu lihat ini itu bisa buang 8-nya. Ya nggak sih? Kan ini sama ini. Perhatiin ya, 8-nya buang. Berarti sin 138 cos 12 plus cos 138 sin 12. Lu perhatiin deh, ini cuma terbalik doang mikirnya. Dari kanan ke kiri. Ya, from right to left. Sorry, I batuk. Terus kalau dia plus, lah udah lu masukin. Jadi equals to 8. Berarti sin 138 plus 12. Selesai. Ya. Kan ini. Ini sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. Sama kan sama ini? Ya udah sin A plus B. Udah. Berarti 8 dikali sin 150. Nah, 150 berapa guys? 150 lu bisa cari. 150 itu yang kuadran 2 ya. Ingat kan? Second quadrant, the value of sin is, ingat-ingat nih, all sin tan cos. Yang lama jangan dilupain. Ya, chapter 8 jangan dilupain. So, ini jadinya 8 times, karena dia sin positif, rumahnya, pas di rumahnya dia, si rajanya. Langsung sin positif ya, positif sin 30. Udah, 8 times half for exact nilai eksak, artinya exact value. That's for number 1. Kalau yang B gimana? Nah, kita copy dulu ya. Ayo buang ini dulu. Ini nanti ditambahin kok. Bikin di new aja ya, new ini soal latihan. Contoh soal. Kok contoh soal? Example. Nah, itu yang E. Sekarang yang B gimana guys? Coba kita lihat ya yang B. I will give you the PDF later. Oke, yang B kita buang dulu yang E-nya. Yuk perhatiin baik-baik nih. Now we focus on B. Six-nya yuk cabut lagi ya, guys. Six-nya lu copot lagi. Kok warna ganti warna? Six-nya yuk keluarin, factorize. Gini ya. Problemnya, lu lihat, itu pasti sin cos pasti si egois cos, ya. The ego cos. But the problem is the cos is not in front, the cos is behind. So we have to make a further factorization. Minusnya lu keluarin sekarang, ya. Minusnya yuk keluarin supaya jadi cos minus sin gitu. Ya, ini logik udah panjang nih. Minus sin 280 sin 20. Baru lu bisa lihat sini. Ya, cos minus. Kalau minus berarti cos A plus B gitu. Gitu ya, guys. Plus ya jadinya. Nah, gini loh. Right? Jadi karena ini minus, karena dia si ego terus nyolot lagi ya, maunya ngelawan di sini minus jadi plus gitu. Oke, jadi kerjanya from right to left. Oke, beres. Cos 300. 300 lu beresin lagi. 360 minus 60. 360 minus 60 fourth quadrant. Wih, enak nih. Semuanya kayak ada di rumahnya sendiri. Jadi tuan rumahnya. Jadi ini positif cos 60. So, negative 6 times half. Negative 3. Gitu. Ya. Udah. Yang C kita lewatin tuh. Yang D deh kita coba bikinnya. Yang D kita bikin. Semua lihat ya. Aduh, tan lupa masukin formulanya. Aduh, ya udah kita bikin lagi tan ya, formula tan ya. Tan I plus B kan kita udah hafal ya, mulai hafalin ya. Kalau tan atasnya kelihatan konsisten, tapi kalau di bawah dia jadi musuhan gitu ya. Plus minus. Ini musuhan, minus plus. Oke, ini juga sama tan A plus. Kalau plus berarti pasti langsung tan A plus B, udah langsung. Ya, kan ini udah kelihatan tuh. Sih, di sini ya. Berarti equals tan 225. Aduh, pelan-pelan deh. 205 plus 25. 230. It's kayaknya kagak ada nih. Tan 230 kagak ada ya. Gak ada, guys. Ya udah nggak apa-apa tan 230. Tapi better ini zeroin aja ya. Nah, gitu. 230 ada nggak ya? Nggak ada sih. 225 yang ada. Nah, udah gini aja. Oke. Sorry, soalnya kita diganti dikit. Oke, tan 225 berapa? Masukin tan of 360. Jangan. 180 plus 45. Ya kan? Tan ini kuadran 3. Oh, dia rajanya lagi. Jadi tan 45. Jawabannya 1. Oke, gitu aja ya. Next. Yang terakhir deh. Last question. Pas 1 jam. Diketahui given. Ya. Ini kita ganti dulu ya. Wait. Okay, so for last number, given sine A equals -4/5 and cos B equals 7/25. And A in the third quadrant, alpha, it's actually alpha on the third quadrant and B in the fourth quadrant. Okay, so what we have to do now is try to make a simple triangle. Right, because we know this, we have this, so you have to create a simple triangle. Two simple triangle of alpha and simple triangle of beta. So alpha and then beta. Okay, next, this is alpha. What is sine? So 4/5. Opposite over hypotenuse. You don't have to think of the negative first. Okay, that's for the simple triangle. And then this will be Pythagoras 5 square minus 4 square. We get the triple Pythagoras already. Done. And B, cos B equals 7/25. So cos 7 adjacent over hypotenuse 25. When you do this, you will find that the opposite is 24 by using Pythagoras rule. Okay, I circle the number that has to be written or has to be calculated with Pythagoras, but you don't have to. And since it's on the third quadrant, we have the memorization, remember? And this is on the fourth quadrant. So all sine, tan, cos, right? All positive, sine positive, tan positive, cos positive. Okay. Then if on the third quadrant, dia cuman yang tan alpha. Right? Ini juga harus sama. Wait. Okay, now sine. On the simple triangle 2, we get sine B, cos B, and tan B. So we focus on the quadrant now. On the third quadrant, tan is positive, the rest will be negative. And on the fourth quadrant, cos is positive, the rest will be negative, right? Remember this rule, quadrant rule. Okay, so sine is opposite over adjacent. Opposite over hypotenuse is already given. Ya udah nggak usah dipikirin lagi. Cos apa cos? Cah adjacent over hypotenuse. Tan toa opposite over adjacent. Right? And sine also. What is sine? Opposite over hypotenuse. The opposite of sine is equals to 24/25. Kecilan tempatnya. Cos adjacent over hypotenuse. Sorry ya tulisannya agak kecil ya. Ini opposite over adjacent. Ya udah, lu kalau diminta apa aja udah bisa kalau udah kayak gini. Ya, yang A plus B. Kalau sine berarti kan generous ya. Right. Udah enak tinggal dimasukin rumusnya. B, cos A minus B. Gini kan? Cos yang egois, terus ngelawan. Lu tinggal masukin semuanya. Ya udah bikin lah. Yuk. Sin A cos B berapa? Sin A -4/5. Oke, gue begini gini aja ya. Sin A -4/5. Cos B. Cos B is 7/25. Enak gitu. Cos A berapa? -3/5. Sin B is -24/25. Cos A -3/5. Saya belum kerjain semua guys. Ini strateginya aja. Cos B 7/25. Sin A -4/5. Sin B -24/25. Wait. So I think you can do on your own. Yeah, do it on your own. I know you can do it. How about tan? Tan juga sama. Ayo pindahin ke sini aja ya tan ya. So tan A alpha minus tan beta because it's minus over 1 plus tan alpha times tan beta. Tan yang lebih ribet karena ada fraction on fraction. Udah gitu doang sih. Okay, you can do it on your own. Kalau ditanya yang lain bisa nggak? Kasih extra question sana. Sin setengah E berapa? Bisa. Ya. Sin half A, sin half B berapa? Bisa juga. Cos half A juga bisa. Cos half B juga bisa. Tan half A juga bisa. Apa aja lu bisa, yang penting udah ada simple triangle. Simple triangle is simple yet powerful. Oke. Okay. Bisa juga, yuk bisa cari ekstra semuanya. Even lu kalau mau cari cos half A plus half B, bisa juga. Lu udah dapat ini kok. Semuanya udah ada. Tinggal lu masukin. Gitu. Ya. So, jadi semuanya bisa kita cari. Asal yuk hafal rumus. Nanti, rumusnya yang kayak gini-ginian, lu harus hafalin ya. Tuh. Masukin kan tan half A, tinggal masukin half B. Kayak gini juga sama. Half A, half B kan sama aja. So, you can use this, all what you know. Ingat, rubber ball. Ya. Be like a rubber ball. What is rubber ball? You bisa ngerti semuanya. Satu formula bisa dipakai buat apa aja. Itu the power of math di situ ya. Ini example ya. Exercises. Yes.
Itu A sama B itu nggak bisa dalam satu tempat yang sama ya? Maksudnya di kuadran yang sama gitu nggak bisa ya?
Oh, bisa. Tapi kalau di kuadran yang sama bisa juga. Sign tandanya aja yang beda. Ya.
Tapi kok, maksudnya kayak misalkan yang A itu tahu dari mana tuh pasti di kuadran 3?
Oh, udah dikasih tahu nih. Kan tadi soal basicnya begini. Bentar ya. Good question. Soalnya di sini dia. Udah dikasih tahu di mana A sudut di kuadran 3. So, A on the third quadrant. Bisa 4 nggak kalau signnya negatif? Bisa, tapi dia kunci di kuadran 3. Berarti yang kuadran 3 itu fokus on tan-nya yang positif. Gitu. Jadi kuadran itu buat nentuin tanda sin and cos and tan gitu ya. Oke? Bisa ya, kalau nggak bisa tanya lagi nih. Yang mau nanya. Kalau ditanya second gimana? Second 255. Oh, wow, what is this? Coba yuk. Second 25. Terakhir guys. Tambahin lagi ekstra. Soalnya kan juga harusnya kita 190 menit, tapi 90 nggak bakal kasih semuanya. Second 255. What is second 255? So, again, ganti dulu. Second is always 1 over cos. Now, kita bikin separately. Cos 255 berapa? Berapa ya cos 255? Cos 270. Jangan 270 biar nggak bingung. Plus 75, right? So, lu ingat 180 plus tuh kuadran berapa? Kuadran 3. Third quadrant, the value of cos is negative. Ya kan? And then 180 tetap 75. Oke, negative cos 75 berapa? Keep dulu. Yuk hitung dulu cos 75 by, kita udah tahu dong, 45 plus 30, right? Oke, jadi mikirnya begitu. Nah, cos is the egoist. And gang, 45 times cos 30, subtract, sign-nya dibuang ke belakang. Terus udah plus jadi minus. Sin 30. Ini baru cos 75 ya, hati-hati, kita belum jawab loh. Oke, jadi ini kayak second step. Terus cos 45 berapa? Square root 2 over 2, square root 3 over 2, square root 2 over 2, 1 over 2. Berarti square root 6 over minus square root 2 over 4. Tapi dia maunya negatifnya. Lu lihat, kerjanya lawan, men. Lu balikin ke atas nih. Berarti minusnya berapa dong? Minus of square root 6 minus square root 2 over 4. Kita gampangin lagi. Square root 2 minus square root 6 over 4. Lu terbalikin aja atasnya. Selesai kan? Minusnya taruh di atas. Terus udah selesai belum? Belum lagi, guys. Lanjut step berikutnya. Step terakhir. Balikin ke sini. 1 over-nya dia berapa? Gila ya. 1 over square root 2 minus square root 6 over 4. Ya udah. 4 over square root 2 minus square root 6. Tapi lagi-lagi masih problem nih. Rationalize lagi. Gila nih. So square root 2 plus square root 6 over square root 2 plus square root 6. So that will be your final destination. Bukan film horor ya. This will be our final destination for square root 2 plus square root 6 over square root 2 minus square root 6. Kan A minus B kali A plus B, A square minus B square, right? Kan kalau square-nya di square root di square hilang kan. Jadi misalnya gini, akar di kuadrat hilang gitu. Indonesia lebih gampang mikirnya. Akar di kuadrat hilang, square root di square hilang. Ya. So square root 2 square root 2 square udah pelan-pelan aja, square root 6 square. Right? So for square root 2 plus square root 6 over negative 4. So the answer will be negative 1 bracket square root 2 plus square root 6. This is your final answer. Udah capek ya, tapi tetap worth it to do. Jadi kita bikin step by step, ini dulu, wah masih belum nih, 255, negative cos 75. Negative cos 75 berapa? Kita baru pakai yang formula of compound angle di sini. Ya. Kalau ini formula of yang apa nih? Ini yang quadrant angle. Yang chapter 8. Ya. Gitu. Terus baru masukin ke yang objectives-nya. Kerjanya lawan ya, ke atas ya dia. Terus ini baru ke bawah. Oke. Ada yang mau nanya nggak? Ini susah. Nggak susah sih, tapi kayak apaan sih ini soal gitu. Jadi judulnya apa sih? Yang mau ganti dulu. Exercises-nya. Discussing. Jadi gabung ya. Jadi chapter 9 lu udah belajar chapter 8, jangan dilupain buat bikin chapter 9. Bakal kesulitan sendiri entar. Ya. That's it. I will stop the recording.